Alright, so I'm fully aware that I'm sweaty as balls right now. But anyways, uh, the fact is I just got out of the gym, just tried and failed to squat a new best 435 pounds, which maybe I would have done with my favorite workout companion, herb, that I can't enjoy right now, but that's a whole nother video. Anyways, it's actually been shown that exercise can really promote free thought, so that's kind of where this revolution happened. So I'm just kind of sitting in the car outside the gym. But moving on, I posted something yesterday about maintaining your personal diversity, and that you're going to lose credibility with the people around you if they view you as, I use the term, a one-trick pony. I don't really know where that came from, but I've heard it before, and I think that that's something that's very true. Personally, I'm connected with nearly 800 people on Facebook, and I don't know these people through cannabis reform. I may have gone to school with them, in elementary school even, college, high school, elementary school. They may just be the parents of somebody I might know them more personally through work, or, all kinds of experiences come about where you meet people. And if 24/7 I'm posting my thoughts regarding cannabis and things like that, they're going to tune out to me pretty quickly if they don't agree. And a lot of, I think there's a really common thought or philosophy of constant vigilance. Well, if you're really trying to change people's minds, that's not necessarily the case. It's actually kind of a sad result that's an anti-enlightenment that we've seen from social media, counter to what you probably would have thought with the availability of free information. But what it is, and it happens all the way across the political spectrum, everyone's guilty of it, even myself, it's now a lot easier to seek out and find people that think the same way that you do and surround yourself with them. And what's happened is, even though just over 50% of people agree that cannabis reform needs to happen, there's still nearly half the population that doesn't, and it happens to be that half of the population that doesn't still wields more political power than we do. Just on average, they're generally older, they generally have more money, and they're generally more likely to vote than we are. So, granted, we can change all those things, but that is the fact as it stands right now. So it kind of goes back to the whole thing of to be understood, you need to seek to understand first. And your ideas regarding cannabis reform are very counter to those ideas, that people may have, especially elderly folk who grew up in the 60s and in the 40s and, all these times where it really was demonized and there really were no facts present regarding cannabis. And another interesting fact, actually the brain will interpret any idea that's counter to its own fundamental, strong-held beliefs in the same way that it interprets physical harm. So just getting to cognitive science here, when somebody encounters the possibility of physical harm, rational thought goes out the window, instinct kicks in, and they tend to be a lot more defensive, irrational, and essentially they really just shut you down. And that happens with physical harm, but it happens in the exact same way when an idea is posed that's really, really counter to their long-held beliefs. And you see it all the way. Now that you're aware of this, you're going to see it everywhere. But I really just kind of wanted to get back to the point, though, that you need to maintain that personal diversity. You need to, even though it sounds really superficial, people aren't objective, and people are subjective. And when you're trying to tell them something, the strongest subject that's going to hold sway in their opinion of what you're saying is you. So, if you're going to ascend into this bubble of belief that everybody believes that are, I'll say radical, but true in many cases, beliefs on cannabis, people are going to tune you out, and that's not going to be constructive in terms of changing minds. So, again, find other hobbies, learn about other things, post about other things, do things with people, talk to people. It's easier said than done, but hold a job and kind of be that change that you want to see. You want people to understand that cannabis users can be intelligent, well-respected, well-rounded folk. Well, you need to be that. and I don't want to alienate any of my fans or any other fellow activists, because all of you are great people that are trying to make change, but I think that it's really, really easy to lose sight of the fact that not everybody believes the same way as you do. So that's really all I have to say on that, and feel free to backlash or anything like that, but I appreciate you listening. Thanks.